Days after a terror attack in Pampore that killed 8 CRPF Jawans, a high-level committee formed by the Ministry of Home Affairs will be visiting the state to look into the issues of possible increase in cross-border infiltration. The Central Committee will be visiting the area which was targeted by these terrorists and who had targeted the CRPF bus. The committee will also review security arrangements and will look into allegations of whether or not there was any violation in the standard operating procedure. Remember, CRPF DG K. Durga Prasad had contradicted the Defence Minister's remark regarding a violation in the standard operating procedure. All right, so the DG CRPF there completely contradicting a statement made by the Defence Minister. Shuja ul Haq joins us for more on this. Shuja, quickly tell us what will be the main purpose of this three-member team who will be visiting the area?
Well, Avantika, the main focus is to take stock of the situation and understand whether there were any lapses, in terms of following the procedures. Remember, on that day itself, we have reported it that how there was an intelligence input passed on right in the morning that there's suspicion of an attack like that could happen on the highway. And despite having the alert, why was the CRPF convoy not prepared to the extent that it could avert this kind of an attack or minimize the casualties? So all these points have been coming up, cropping up, at various levels, and many questions arise whether there were, the standard operating procedures were followed, or whether there needs to be some change in the procedures that need to be followed while movement of convoy is taking place. So all these things perhaps would be the focus of the team that has arrived here. They would be meeting various security officials and taking the briefing on the situation arising after this particular attack.
All right, Shuja, thanks so much for joining us. Meanwhile, there seems to be no end to the terror strikes in Jammu and Kashmir. In fact, just days after the Pampore attacks, another gun battle broke out in Kupwara this morning between security forces and terrorists. This is the fourth encounter in as many days, and security forces believe that their crackdown has made terrorists desperate to regain an upper hand in the valley. In fact, one local Hizbul commander, Samir, has already been killed in the ongoing encounter taking place in Kupwara. Intelligence sources suspect that Hafiz Saeed's son-in-law, Khalid Balid, may have plotted the entire attack in Pampore. He is believed to have been in constant touch with the Pakistan-based handler of the terrorists, Saifullah Sajid, and latest intelligence report indicate, and what has been told to India today, that the privy show that Lashkar commanders in Kashmir and their handlers across the border are planning another major strike soon. In fact, what we have gotten to know is that calls have been intercepted between Kashmir-based Lashkar-e-Taiba commander and his Pakistan-based counterpart. The two reportedly discussed supply of weapons into the valley, and the code for this operation seems to be quote-unquote Ahmed Wala Kaam. As per reports, a number of local separatists have been roped in to arrange the right weapons and even supply them to another local Lashkar-e-Taiba commander identified as Talha. Intelligence sources say that as many as 10 hardcore terrorists have infiltrated into Kashmir, and they've contacted Abu Dujana to plan an attack on the Indian Army and the paramilitary personnel.